Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. This is Yamajit, and thank you so very much for joining me for our Tuesday satsang. Tonight I'll be doing a meditation based on the Durga Chalisa, a 40-verse hymn to Ma Durga. I'd like to start out with a couple of announcements. Namaste to Kim, who's joining right now, and anybody else who's tuning in, please feel free to say hello using the chat function on your screen. So this coming Friday at 7 p.m. is our monthly Yoga Nidra practice. Last month we did a deity yoga-based Yoga Nidra to Ma Kali. I've done several of these for different deities. They seem to be pretty popular. So this coming Friday, I'm going to do a Yoga Nidra centered around a visit to the realm of Ma Tara. And then the next 8 months, I'll be honoring the rest of the 10 Mahavidya goddesses during our monthly Yoga Nidras. And I think you'll find those really enjoyable and interesting. A week from today, we won't have a Tuesday satsang. As some of you know, I've started guiding historical walking tours in downtown Denver, and I am working a double shift that day, and cutting it kind of close to being home at by 7 o'clock to start a broadcast. So we're going to skip Tuesday, but we'll resume our regular programming on a week from Friday. And it'll be the next installment of our 64 Yogini series. We'll be honoring Yogini number 21, and that's Vikarali. So again, welcome and namaste. And just referring to our altar, we have my image of visiting the Chamunda Devi temple in the state of Himachal Pradesh in northern India in 2006. And those of you who are familiar with the scripture known as the Devi Mahatmya or Durga Shaptasati, also known as the Chandipat, that temple is built on the site where Ma Durga and Ma Kali battled the demon Shumba and Nishumba, self-conceit and self-deprecation. So she's a very special divine mother image from my collection. So again, I'll be having you meditate on our altar for an opening puja, and then for my sharing of the hymn in its original Sanskrit, and then I'll invite you to close your eyes and hear the hymn again in English. So I invite you to take a comfortable seated position where you can look on your screen with a relaxed gaze. Find a position where, as always, your back can be straight. So you might be on your mat with a cushion under your hips, or in a straight back chair with your feet flat on the floor. For right now, your hands can rest comfortably on your knees. And I invite you to just begin by taking some deep, slow, full yogic breaths. So some yogic breathing to prepare for the working we're about to do. Letting go of the cares of the day and the concerns of tomorrow. Shedding away the distractions so that we can focus on the present moment. Becoming more relaxed with each breath. Focusing your breath and your attention on your heart center. Connecting with any form of the Divine Mother that you're closest to. Sorry. Okay. And as always, I invite you to think of some aspect of your life where you're in need of guidance, a resolution, or healing. And just take a moment to acknowledge that in taking part in tonight's practice, you're making an important step in gaining that divine assistance that you need, either for yourself or someone close to you. And slowly bringing the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Let's open our practice by chanting the syllable Om 3 times. So nice deep inhale. And a second deep inhale. One more deep inhale. Inhale and exhale. Slowly open your eyes if they were closed, and just let your hands move gently down to your knees. And I invite you to join me in the chanting of our puja mantra, Om Dum Durgaye Namah. 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 And so before we begin our hymn, got a couple of guests here who are in person, and I'm going to ask one of them to take this pair of tinctures. And when I finish each of the verses, if you'll give it a little ring. And I know you're familiar with how the Chalisas work. So I invite you to look on your screen, or if you're here live, the altar with a relaxed gaze. Continue breathing deeply, and let the words of our hymn guide your consciousness to where it needs to be at this time. Durga Chalisa. Namo Namo Durga. Namo Namo Durga Shukarani. Namo Namo Ambe Dukharani. Nikadhayoti Tumhari. Tihun Lokveli Ujari. Shashilanatmuka Mahavishala Netrala Bikruti Vikalala Rupmatuko Adhika Suhave Dadas Karajanati Suk Pave Tum Sashakti Layakina Palan Hetu Anadandina Anapunahi Jagpala Tum Hiadi Sundari Bala Pralaya Kasab Nashan Hari Tum Gauri Shiv Shankapiyari Shiv Yogi Sundari Gungave Brahma Vishnu Tum Hanita Vayin Rup Sadasvati Kotum Dara Desub Dirishi Mohinu Bara Dara Rup Nashima Koamba Pragat Bayan Fakara Kamba Rakshakari Pralad Bachayo Hiranakushko Svagpatayo Lakshmi Rupdara Jagmai Sri Narayanang Samahi Kishiri Sindhu Karat Visala Daya Sindhu Dije Manasha Hingalajman Tumhi Bhavani Mahima Ahmed Najat Bakani Matangi Dumavati Mata Bhuvaneshvari Bagla Shukdata Sri Bhairav Dada Jogdharani China Balabhavduk Nivarani Keharivanan Sobhani Lagovicha Ladagavani Kaman Kudba Kadaviraje Jako de Kaldabaje Sohi Astotra Truhula Jase Otasaruhia Shula Naga Katman Tumi Verajat Tihun Lukman Dan Kabajat Shumbo Nishumbo Denoja Tumari Rakta Bija Shahan Samhani Mahisa Shur Nipati Abeme Jehi Agbamani Akulani Rup Karal Kalikadara Sensaita Timtin Samhara Parigada Satam Parjab Jab By Sayama Tum Tab Tab Anapuri Arabasava Loka Tava Mahima Sabrahin Oshoka Dala Main Hai Joti Tum Hari Tumen sada pujana nari, Pembakti se joyashkaye, Dukdaradnikana venave, Devyave tumhen jonaman lai, Jamen maranta kochuti jai, Yogi somuni kahat pukari, Jogna hobin shakti tumhari, Shankat charash tapki nohon, Kam krojib sablin hon, Nishundayan daro shankako, Karukanayan simran tumko, Shakti rupko madam napayo, Shakti gaitab man pachitayo. Sarngatu keri bhavani, Jai 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 Jagadamba Vani, Vai Prasana Di Jagadamba Dai Shakti Nehinkin Vilamba, No Kamatu Kashat Gero, Tumbin Kunhari Dukmero, Asha Trishna Nipatsataven, Momadiksa bin Saven, Shatrunash Kijmarani, Sumranekajita Tumhen Bhavani Karu Kripa Hematu Dayala Riji Sida Dikaru Neala Jab Jagini Undaya Falpaun Samru Yashmain Sadasunahun Durga Chalisa Jogaye Shab Shugbo Prapad Pave Devida Sada Nishjani Karu Kripa Jagadamba Vani Ite Sri Durga Chalisa Sempuranam Om Jema Jema Jema. So I invite you now to slowly close your eyes, continue breathing deeply, and listen again to the words of our hymn in English. And let the words again guide your consciousness. Durga Chalisa. We bow to you, O Goddess Durga, the bestower of all happiness. We bow to you, O Goddess Amba, who ends all miseries. The radiance of your light is limitless and pervading. All the three realms are enlightenment by thee. Your visage is like the moon, and mouth very huge. Your eyes are bedight with red glow from the frightening frown. O Mother, your view is enchanting, and the very sight of which ensures welfare to the devout. All the powers of the world repose in thee. It is you who provide food and money for the world's survival. Like the feeding mother Annapurna, you nurture the whole universe. You are the one who appears like the timeless Balasundari, the young girl of extreme beauty. At the time of disillusion, it is you, O Mother, who destroys everything. You are the beloved consort of Lord Shiva, Gauri, Parvati. Lord Shiva and all yogis always chant your praise. Brahma, Vishnu, and all other gods ever meditate on you. You also appear in the form of the goddess Sarasvati to grant wisdom to the sages and thus ensure their welfare. O Mother Amba, it was you who appeared in the form of Narasimha, sundering the pillar. Thus you saved Prahlad and Hiranyakashipu, who went to heaven, and he who was killed by your hands. In the form of the goddess Lakshmi, O mother, you appear in this world and repose to the side of Sri Narayan. Dwelling in the sea of milk, O goddess, the Lord Vishnu, please fulfill our desires. O Bhavani, the famous goddess of Hingalaja, is no one else but you yourself. Your glory is without limit and defies description. You are yourself Matangi and Dumavati Mata. It is you who appear as Bhuvaneshwari and Baglamukhi Devi to bestow happiness to all. It is you who redeem the world, appearing in the form of Sri Bhairavi, Tradevi, Chinnamasta Devi, and ends its sorrows. Reposing gracefully upon your vehicle, a lion, O goddess Bhavani, you are welcomed by the grave Langar, Lord Hanuman. When you appear in the form of the goddess Kali with a sword in one hand and a cup in the other, even time flees in panic. Beholding to you well armed with a trident in your hand, the enemy heartaches with the sting of fear. You also repose in the form of the Devi at Nakarat in Kangra. Thus the three realms shudder at the might of your glory. You slayed the demon Shumba and Nishumba and massacred the 1,000 forms of the dreaded demon Raktabija, the seeds of desire. When the earth was severely distressed, bearing the load of the sins of the arrogant Mahisashura, the buffalo demon, you assumed the dreadful form of goddess Kali and massacred him along with his army. Thus, whenever the noble saints were distressed, it is you, O Mother, who came to their rescue. All the realms, including Amapurni, the divine realm, remain sorrowless and happy by your grace, O goddess. It is a symbol of your glory that is burning brightly at Sri Javalaji. All men and women ever worship you, O Mother. He who sings your glory with devotion of love and sincerity remains beyond the reach of grief and poverty. He who meditates upon the form with concentration goes beyond the cycle of births and deaths. All the yogis, gods, and sages openly declare that without your favor, one can't establish communication with the divine. Sankaracharya had performed once a special penance called Acharaj, and by the virtue of which he had subdued his anger and desire. He ever worshipped Lord Shankar, Lord Shiva, and never for a moment concentrated his mind on you. Since he did not realize your immune glory, all his powers waned, and he repented thereon. Hence, he sought refuge in you, chanted your glory, and sang, "Victory, victory, victory to thee, O Jagadamba Bhavani." Then, O primal goddess Jagadambaji, you were propitiated, and in no time you bestowed him with his lost powers. O Mother, sever afflictions that distress us, so that no one except your honored self can provide relief. Please end our afflictions. Hopes and longings ever torture us. All sorts of passions and lusts torment our hearts ever. Destroy our enemies, O Queen. We remember you single-mindedly, O Bhavani. O merciful Mother, show us your favor and make us feel happy by bestowing us with all sorts of riches and powers. O Mother, may we be the receptacle of your grace as long as we thrive and ever recounting your feats of your glory to all. He who ever sings this Durga Chalisa shall ever enjoy all sorts of pleasures and shall attain the highest state in the end. Deeming Devidas to have sought your shelter, O Mother of the world Bhavani, grant us your favor. Here endeth the Durga Chalisa. Jema, Jema, Jema. Om Dum Durgaye Namah. 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 Jema, Jema, Jema. Om Sarvamangala Mangalye Shiva Svada Sadike Saranye Trayambake Devi Narayane Namostute. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sanabhavatu Sanabhunaktu Saviryam Kadavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Mavidvidyavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Om. I invite you now to bring the palms of your hands again together at your heart center. Taking a moment to acknowledge that Divine Mother's presence both within as well as without. Knowing she is there whenever you have need. And take a moment to give gratitude to yourself for taking part in this practice tonight, knowing you can do this meditation again whenever you choose. And finally, slowly opening your eyes. Namaste. Blessings always. Thank you so very much for joining me tonight. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I want to thank you again for joining me. As always, I would encourage you to take some time for some quiet meditation before resuming the day's activities. I'd like to thank Kim for joining me, and Darian, and you are...
Raluca.
Say again?
Raluca.
Luca, thank you for joining me. Very nice meeting you. And look forward to you joining me on Friday for our Yoga Nidra practice. A very special one to Ma Tara. And this will be a Yoga Nidra meditation especially designed for giving you the guidance that you need in your life. So again, thank you. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Have a wonderful night, and thank you.